Good evening, 5th grade. This is lesson 1-6, problem solving with decimal numbers. Your learning goal for tonight is to find and use decimal number patterns to solve problems. Please take a minute, write that learning goal into your math journal, pause the video, and when you're ready, start it again. All right, no vocabulary for tonight because this is just the problem solving lesson for chapter 1. And once you're done with this, you're done with chapter 1. So good job on finishing the first chapter of your math book. All right, finding patterns. Finding patterns is a very useful approach to solving many types of problems. So let's look at this chart below and think about what pattern you see within here. So if you look at this, you have 100th, 200th, 300ths, 400ths, 500ths, blank, 700ths, 800ths. You are obviously increasing by 100th every time. So it's all about looking at the pattern and seeing what's there. If this whole entire column was left out and you simply went 100th, 300ths, this column was left out, you went to 500ths, you would still be able to figure out the pattern because you realize that you are skipping 200ths every time. So it's all about looking at the pattern. And if you remember on your pretest that you took, some of you were confused because there were some charts drawn, and excuse my drawing, I'm not an artist, that looked like this. And they left out some spaces. And all that meant is that they left off, let's say, the wall. Let's call these the walls. Pretend that those were just left out. So they had numbers in here, but they left these spaces blank. So it was a little bit confusing to everybody, but all this is just another chart. So just pretend if they leave these out next time that you're still looking for patterns that go horizontally and vertically. That's what they're asking you to look for, so make sure you remember that next time. All right, working with decimals. So the decimals that are missing, if you look in this pattern to the left and to the right, as you work with the vertical columns, you will see that the tenths increase by 1 and the hundredths stay the same. So if you look here, the tenths increase by 1, you're going from 100th to 1100ths because the hundredths stay the same. Then you are going to 2100ths, 3100ths. It's all about finding the pattern, and you really sometimes have to stop and think about it and not be in a hurry because it's kind of like a puzzle. Problem solving is always like a puzzle. All right, let's look at this pattern on this grid and see what you can find. So I want you to take the time to think about this. Remember, you have to look not only vertically, you need to look horizontally both ways to determine what pattern you see. So when you look horizontally, you see 2 tenths, which is the same as 20 hundredths. Then you see 21 hundredths, 22 hundredths, 23 hundredths, 24 hundredths. So going horizontally across the grid, you notice that it increases by 100th every time. But then when you look vertically down your grid, you will notice that it increases vertically by 3 tenths. So you've gone 2 tenths, 5 tenths, 8 tenths. All right, so as this increases, to the right, it increases by 100th, and down vertically, it increases by 3 tenths. So you have to add, looking to the right, you're going to have to add a 3 here. So this will be 51 hundredths. My pen is not working right. All right, over here, it's easy to see. It's going to be 54 hundredths. This is a typing error. That should be a 0. So you've got 81 hundredths, 82 hundredths, this would be 83 hundredths, and 84 hundredths. Think about those patterns. All right, I want you to take the time in your journal. I want you to do problems 1 through 4. Look for the patterns as you see them in each of these. So take the time, create these in there, and I want you to think about what your patterns are. Fill those in, and then we'll talk about it in just a minute. Pause the video, and when you're finished, start it again. All right, now looking at these, you went from 87 hundredths to 89 hundredths. only an increase in 2. So if this increases by 2, the one right next to it simply needs to be 88 hundredths. Here to the left, if it's increasing by 100, this is going to be 90 hundredths or 9 tenths. Same type of chart, it's just going vertical. You will notice that the hundredths stays the same. The tenths place is increasing by 1, so this number will be 32 hundredths. I hope that's what you wrote down. Here we are going horizontally again. 22 hundredths, 23 hundredths, it's an increase by 1. So this should be 24 hundredths, and this should be 25 hundredths. Here we are looking vertically. Notice that the number in the hundredths column stays the same. The number in the tenths column has increased by 2, so you know that your hundredths column is going to be a 6. This increases by 2, so this number will be 96 hundredths. Hopefully you got those. Make sure those are written in your journal for tomorrow. Make sure you bring your journal with your answers in it tomorrow, and we'll check them. All right, your challenge problem for tonight. I want you to recreate this grid in your journal. Answer the question. It says to describe a pattern you could use to complete the following grid, then complete it. So I want you to write down what the pattern would be, and then I want you to fill in the grid. So bring those answers tomorrow with you to class. We'll check your journals in class tomorrow. Make sure you also have your learning goal written down. Get some rest tonight. Have a great night, and I'll see you in the morning.